Hi guys, my name is Isella.
My name is Nicole, and this is Muchachalacas.
Cheers!
Arm went like... What are you drinking?
I'm going back to my roots.
My roots?
And I'm having an Alani Nu. This is the first Alani I've had since like May. Can you believe
That's
it?
crazy for you.
For me.
That's crazy.
And what are you having?
I'm having coffee.
Some quaff?
I'm having some quaff. Also, look at our mugs. We thought it was appropriate.
Set.
They're yee mugs. Yeehaw.
Yeehaw.
I got the hat. She got the... God. That was crazy.
I've never done that.
I think
that's not
You're
me
like, that came from my soul. That's
my hometown.
That's like when a Mexican hears mariachi and they're just like, oh. Me, I am the Mexican.
Like, that's actually me.
That's me in the shower when I play my Vicente songs and I'm just like, yo.
And your neighbors are like...
And the neighbor's like, here she goes again.
She must be in the shower.
And Mango broke her heart today.
Mango sitting in there like...
Mango doesn't care. You can't see my son, but he's like curled up in a ball with his head literally smushed against the floor right now.
I feel like eventually he'll end up over here.
He will, eventually.
I hope so.
He has
as long as he doesn't jump from there to here.
As long as he doesn't try to jump here. No, when he sees things that are on a surface, he'll climb up there and look to see like, if he can actually fit.
Can I knock over?
Yeah, no, he's like, I don't want to knock anything over. So he'll like look, and then if he sees that it's like full of stuff, he's like, just kidding, and he'll go back down. I feel like he would like put all 4 feet right here, and just he would like... actually. He would try. He would so try, but
fire hazard.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't want him to get burned.
Yeah. Good idea. We'll stop him before he does that.
Yeah, good idea.
You're like, I like that.
I like that plan. So, what are you working on today?
Okay, finishing my beanie from last time. Like I said in the last episode,
She's committed.
I only crochet with Nicole, so it's got to get done. It's got to get done with Nicole. I start and finish it with you.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Right.
Sure.
And when I come back next time and I have this much done,
I'm like, you have a third of a beanie done.
I'm almost there.
Yeah. I would have used like a size 10 hook. It's like a super holy.
I put it on and my head goes through like one of the holes. I'm like, it's like kind of a turtleneck.
Like, perfect.
My dad's like, I'll take it.
I'll rolls it up like a pizza. Dude, it's like a pizza just on his head. It's like...
He would like put his hair through like the holes, like his long hair. I'd be like, ew.
That's so funny. That's actually so funny. If I ever saw that in person, I don't know what I would do.
Would you laugh in his face? I would.
No, I would just probably stare and like hold it in, and then after that person left, I would be like, Isella, you're not gonna believe what I just saw.
I would give you permission to laugh at my dad like that. Like
I mean, if he was laughing at himself, then I would probably laugh too.
But shout out my dad.
Yeah,
I watches just the pod.
I'm crocheting. I'm still doing my granny squares for my Coraline sweater.
Yeah,
I have a stack going. If you guys want to see my...
It's gotten a lot bigger.
I have a stack. I have like basically the whole back panel done at this point.
Maybe next episode we'll watch you put it together.
For real.
Like you're just sewing it.
I would do it.
I can't wait to see it.
So
and then you can wear it the following episode.
While I crochet something else.
Yeah. Yes. So you guys, we had so much fun in the last episode doing Chat GPT stories because they were so silly, so funny.
They were so silly, goofy.
And then the other, like the one that you had was so good. The doll one.
The doll one wins an award. That one was genuinely good.
You should pitch that. Make it a screenplay, copyright it.
I should just make it a novel.
Or a movie.
I should just write a novel. Oh my God, watch me become a novelist.
Can I be the doll?
You can be the shopkeeper.
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
You're like, you get to be the witch that owns the shop. And I'm like, okay.
You get to be the person that cursed the doll. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I'm the demon.
Yeah, you're the demon. Yeah, it was just a lot of fun. If you didn't get to watch that episode, you definitely should watch that episode.
Please
it was fun.
It
was different. Shout out again to Maddie for the idea.
Yes, to Maddie. And thanks to Maddie. We're doing it again this episode.
We love you, Maddie.
We love you, Maddie.
Yeah, so we're going to do Chat GPT again. And we'll see what stories happen this time. Yeah, we're gonna try to come up with some crazy prompts for y'all. We're
keeping the spooky theme,
obviously. Also, look at our shirts.
How do we not address this? We were so excited about these. Witchcraft.
We went to Spirit Halloween yesterday, and we got these shirts.
And they're perfect.
She like stayed over, and we went to Spirit Halloween.
They're our perfect brand.
And it says Witchcraft, and it's literally like 3 girls crocheting.
It's me, you, and Mango.
Yeah, Mango. Mango's the only blonde one.
No, wait, Mango's the cat. Shy can be this skull, and Callie can be the other one because she's like the only normal one.
Yeah, for real. And then they made a granny square, and it has like the pentagram in it. It has like spooky stuff on it.
Yeah, we just thought it was so us.
It was very fitting, especially for this episode.
I was thinking when I put it on, like, this is like if we ever made merch, I feel like it would look like this.
You're so right. I love that idea.
Come back next October for Muchachalacas merch.
If we grow enough, then yeah, we can put up merch. We wanted to shout out the shirts because we thought they were absolutely perfect.
Yes.
So
they're so good.
We're like too concentrated. You're like going. I've never seen you crochet with so much enthusiasm.
Like, I'm gonna finish this beanie.
The determination.
Like, if it kills me. Yeah. And then next episode when he's wearing it because it's too small. It's too small for me.
When you give up and you just like finish halfway and you're like, I'm done.
This. Wait, that's perfect actually.
Tim, we got you a hat.
Mango.
You know what I should have worn? Huh? I should have worn the crochet hat that I made so I could hide the situation I have going on in my head.
Hey, look at how cute. It looks like a little top hat.
That's exactly what that looks like. That's so funny.
That's so him.
Love that's for you, Tim.
I'm like, shut that mouth. But yes, so we got our stories. Mm-hmm. We each have 3 prepared for you guys today, and we hope you like them. Nicole's never read hers yet, but
yeah. I'm like discovering everything as I go.
It's true, authentic reaction.
Yeah, through and through. It's been super raw.
Mine, I did read them, and I made adjustments just for some plot twists.
Some plot twists. Yeah, apparently we're the main character in every single story, and I'm always afraid.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm always anxious.
Need to watch the last episode of Nicole just being like terrified of everything. She's like, guys, we should go. Guys, it doesn't feel right.
I have a bad feeling about this.
We should get out of here.
I'm not that scary, like much of a scaredy cat in real life, I don't think.
Like, I swear.
I don't know, actually. I might be.
What if I drink it like this? Like.
Ew!
No,
that's like, no. Get down. See, I told you he would do this.
I'm like, I'll move this if he wants to lay there.
Leave it there.
He's not laying
He's not welcome on here right now. It's like if I did it like this, just like holding his finger. Just like, que rico. Anyways.
But let's get into it. Hit it. I feel like we haven't said that in a while.
I know. I was about to say. It feels strange.
Like, did we even say it in the last episode?
No, we did not. Okay, I'm going to go first. This is the one that I think will be the least interesting. So that's why I'm going to read it first.
Real. I was going to pick my least interesting one too.
So, it says, also, if you're coming back from like the last episode, this is the neighboring town to my original story. So we're back in Hollow Hills.
Wait. Mine was Hollow Hills.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, so you're in
your
my
town right now. Yeah.
You're visiting. That's the one where you sacrificed yourself, right? That's
yeah, that I sacrificed myself in the mansion.
And it was like, and I still will remember Halloween every year.
That's crazy. Why did they kill me off? That's so sad.
You just got to live with that little girl in her mansion.
Yeah. Just playing with her for eternity.
So fun.
Anyways, so this one is the Chupacabra of Hollow Hills.
Whoa, this town has a lot.
Yeah, no, for real. And then it goes. In the small, fog-shrouded town of Hollow Hills, Halloween has always been a time of celebration and fear. Legends swirled about the woods that bordered the town, particularly tales of the Chupacabra, a creature said to prey on livestock and roam under the cover of darkness. This year, a group of friends, Lila, Marcus, and Sarah. I love how that's always generic names.
I'm like, who's Marcus?
Lila was the doll in my last story, too.
Yeah, she was. Maybe this is like her previous life before
this is how she became a doll. Yeah.
Ooh, a prequel story.
Ooh, crazy. Poor Lila.
That's so sad.
Anyways, so it says, Lila, Marcus, and Sarah decided to test their courage by camping near the woods. They pitched their tents and gathered around a fire, sharing...
What was that?
They pitched their tents and gathered around a fire, sharing ghost stories as the moon rose high in the sky. Lila, always the skeptic, laughed off the chupacabra tales. It's just a myth. I bet it's a wild dog or something.
Me with Bigfoot.
Yeah. You're telling me they've never found it?
And I'm right.
You're like, me with mermaids. I'm like, I don't know about that. It says, maybe, Marcus replied, glancing nervously into the shadows. But you've got to admit, something's been stalking the cattle lately. Farmer Jenkins lost 3 goats just last week.
Farmer Jenkins?
That's crazy.
Are we in Scooby-Doo's, universe?
That's crazy. Scoober
Put the picture of you wearing my head.
Yeah. As they settled in for the night, a strange sound echoed through the trees, a low growl, followed by what sounded like a desperate bleat. The friends exchanged uneasy glances. That didn't sound like a normal animal, Sarah whispered, her eyes wide. I don't know why in my head I thought she was saying that as a petty thing.
Yeah, well,
she was looking at Lila does that sound normal to you?
I'd be like, that's not the time to be a smarty pants. We gotta get out of here.
Yeah, for real. It says, let's check it out, Lila suggested, fueled by bravado. Armed with, bravado.
I saw liquor.
Yeah. Armed with flashlights, they ventured into the woods, the air thick with anticipation. The deeper they went, the darker it became. They stumbled upon a clearing where the ground was marked with strange claw prints and tufts of fur scattered around. What kind of animal does this? Marcus asked, his voice trembling. That'd be crazy if we started doing voice acting.
Guys.
What kind of animal does this?
Run!
Suddenly, a shrill scream pierced the night, and they rushed back towards the sound. They found a small goat, its eyes wide with fear, standing over a pool of blood, but there was no sign of the creature that had attacked it. Okay, this is getting creepy, Sarah said, stepping back. Let's go back to camp. As they turned, a rustling in the bushes caught their attention. Out from the darkness emerged a creature unlike anything they'd ever seen. A lean, sinewy figure. Is that how you say that? Sinew?
I guess so. Okay. I don't know if I've ever heard that word before either.
Anyways, a lean, sinewy figure with glowing red eyes and sharp, pointed teeth. The chupacabra! They stumbled back, frozen in fear. Run! Lila shouted.
Run!
Go ye ye! Go ye ye! Run! Lila shouted, and they bolted in the opposite direction. The creature hot on their heels, they sprinted through the trees, adrenaline surging. But they soon realized they were lost. Oof. The woods seemed to twist. Yeah, the woods seemed to twist and turn, every path looking the same. After what felt like an eternity, they collapsed in a small clearing, panting and terrified. What do we do now? Marcus gasped. We need to figure a way out, Lila said, scanning the shadows. Maybe we can outsmart it. Just then. That's crazy, trying to outsmart the chupacabra.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, for real.
Are
they even that smart?
Probably not. Do you think
are you smarter than a 5th grader?
Do you think there's more chupacabras or just one? One dangerous one?
I feel like it must be a species. Yeah.
Ooh, I don't like that. I really don't like that.
I feel like it has to be something like that.
If there's so many sightings of them.
Yeah, because it's not even just sightings in one particular place. They're in several places.
No, there's an episode of The Walking Dead called Chupacabra.
Really?
Yeah.
It's like a zombie.
Yeah. He just said he saw him in the woods one time.
That's crazy. If you've ever had a sighting of the Chupacabra, let us know.
Yes,
we'd love to know.
Next episode topic.
Yeah, actually. Just then, Sarah spotted something gleaming among the leaves, a silver locket. She picked it up, wiped away the dirt. The locket opened to reveal a picture of a young girl with striking blue eyes. I've seen her before, Sarah murmured, a chill running down her spine. She was in one of the old pictures at the town museum. Why is there a locket? How does this play into it?
When did they ever talk about the museum?
Yeah, what is this? Is she the one controlling chupacabras now?
Yeah, we're just the essence of the chupacabra.
The essence of Halloween. Remember the story? I was like, this is crazy.
You were like, but what is the essence? What does that mean? Bless you.
Yeah. Me just sneezing in every episode.
I'm like Nicole sneeze counter 2.
Yeah. Did I sneeze today? Oh yeah, I did. And I was doing makeup.
I just meant like on an episode.
Oh yeah, on the pod. My sneeze counter on the daily basis is crazy. Yeah. I'd be sneezing on the reg, right, Mingo?
Nicole's a sneezer.
Mingo's my witness.
Mingo as my witness.
Yes. Anyways, she was in one of the old pictures at the town museum. Before they could process this revelation, the chupacabra appeared again, but this time it paused, as if sensing something. The creature sniffed the air, its eyes locking onto the locket. Lila, heart racing, held it out. What do you want? To their shock, the chupacabra stopped, its growls fading into whimpers. It seemed to be mourning. As it stepped closer, they noticed the creature had scars and wounds, a look of sadness in its glowing eyes. It's not just a monster, Marcus said softly. It's hurting. That's crazy.
Marcus just suddenly like gaining so much sympathy for the chupacabra.
I'm an empath.
He can't help it. He's just an empath.
What the heck?
That's crazy.
Watch the creature start talking.
Yeah, I know. I was waiting for him to say something, like to answer.
He was like, "That's Amanda." Just kidding.
That's I'm Amanda.
He's like, "That is me." Oh God.
Who's that?
Yeah, for real.
Amanda. That's my favorite.
Suddenly, the ground trembled. A dark shadow emerged from the trees. A figure cloaked in black, a tall man with a twisted grin. You shouldn't have come here, he hissed.
Oh no.
His voice dripping with malice. This creature belongs to me. What is happening? Where's this man coming from?
Yeah, how is there suddenly like a chupacabra owner?
Yeah, literally. Lila's heart raced. Who are you? I am the one who cursed it, the man replied, stepping forward. Years ago, this creature was a protector of the land, but I turned it into a beast of nightmares to instill fear and control over the townsfolk. It was bound to my will, forced to feast on the very animals it was meant to protect. The chupacabra growled, but this time its eyes reflected anger, not malice. Lila's mind raced as she realized the connection. The girl in the locket, she must have been his daughter. Yes, the man sneered. She was all I had. When she vanished, I sought power and revenge, but this creature never harmed her. It searched for her endlessly. Lila glanced at Sarah, who nodded. We have to break the curse. Oh my God.
We have to break the curse.
That would have been you.
Yeah, I know.
You would have been Lila.
Me and Callum core.
Actually. What do we do? Marcus asked, fear still coursing through him. Remember her, Lila said, her voice steadying. If we can show the chupacabra that it can be a protector again, we can reverse the curse. With newfound,
so like we have to do this.
They're always
they just need to be heroes.
Yeah. They're like
they want to be the main characters so bad. Savior complex is so real.
Yeah. The newfound determination. They stood together, forming a circle around the chupacabra. Lila held out the locket, focusing on the memories of the girl. They don't even know who she is.
Yeah. Just like obtained all this knowledge about her.
Oh my God. They had like a vision, like Raven. The love she must have had for the creature. You're not a monster, you're a guardian. As the words left her lips, the air shimmered. A brilliant light enveloped the clearing. The dark figure shrieked in rage as the bond he created began to unravel. The chupacabra let out a howl that resonated through the woods, a sound of release and freedom. The shadowy figure dissolved into smoke, and with it, the curse lifted. The chupacabra transformed, its features softening, becoming a noble beast. More wolf than monster. It bowed its head, acknowledging its freedom. Lila and Marcus and Sarah watched in awe as the creature turned and vanished into the forest, leaving behind the silver locket, now glowing softly in the moonlight. As they made their way back to camp, the weight of their experience settled on them. This happened in like a few hours.
I'm confused. Like, what's the timeline of that?
It's literally overnight.
That's so crazy.
This happened like 2 hours.
They just happened to like reverse the curse that's been going on for like centuries.
Yeah, literally.
Within a few hours.
No
research.
All it took. They didn't even know who the girl was. The legend of the chupacabra had changed forever, and they had freed not just a creature, but a soul longing for redemption. Yet, as they reached their tents, they hear a soft growl echoing in the distance. The woods whispered secrets, and they knew that Halloween in Hollow Hills would never be the same. Again, the protector was out there watching over the town, forever changed, and perhaps still seeking the truth behind its lost friend. Period.
Period.
That was it.
Of course, it ended like on a little cliffhanger, just in case you wanted to keep the story going.
Yeah.
That's in case you want to make the sequel to your movie, of course.
Yeah, for real. Want to add more creatures to it?
Like, go ahead. Hearing the growls is so scary. And did it ever even mention that it was on Halloween night?
No.
Did I just miss that part? Or
it didn't. I was confused as well when it said Halloween night. I was like,
you're like, okay. But I like that one though. That one was like a lot more detail, I think, than the other ones.
I feel like it was a good story. I thought it was going to be the least interesting.
Yeah.
Watch the other ones be the least interesting ones.
And we're like, wow.
Oh, nice.
We're joined again by Tim, if you didn't notice, or if you couldn't guess that he was going to be here. And our new friend, who was also in the last episode. We just didn't give her a name.
Daisy.
Okay. I have my next story.
Perfect.
And it is titled Whispers in the Walls.
Whoa.
Watch it have the same twist as all the other ones.
Am I going to be sacrificed in this one as well?
Yeah. I probably, if there was a sacrifice in it, I was probably like, no, make it different. Like, keep it all the same, but change the plot twist. But it says, I saw that Nicole has always shared a special bond, but their friendship took a darker turn when they moved into an old Victorian house on the edge of town.
Oh, whoa.
The place was beautiful with intricate woodwork and a sprawling garden, but it held secrets that whispered through the walls at night.
Ooh.
It's so scary. Would you ever move into an old Victorian house?
Absolutely.
Really?
Like, I love the Victorian period. We know this. If you like the Victorian period, we made an episode called The Killers Within, where we talked about things that killed Victorians.
And it was quite crazy.
It was quite crazy. I love that era. I just think I love the aesthetic of that era, because I would have died so early on in my life if I lived in that actual era.
I just like get scared living in old houses because I believe in ghosts.
I mean, I do too, but I feel like, okay, like unless it's a poltergeist, it can't really harm you. I don't know. I feel like for the most part though, I feel like it'd be fine.
I don't think I could agree.
I don't know. I feel like I wouldn't be that scared. I think I would be more excited about the fact that I have a house.
And the fact that it had a ghost.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I would end up becoming like friends with the ghost. You know, I'd be like, this is Charlie.
You're like, he's cool.
Yeah, I'm like, Charlie will fold your clothes for you.
That's so you. You would become friends with the ghost in your house. And you're like, oh, he's nice, I swear.
Yeah. And then be like, he's friendly. He's Casper.
I wake up and he's just like, and I'm like, Charlie's here.
Yeah, you're like, somebody's sleeping on the edge of your bed and you're like, Nicole. And I'm like, oh, it's Charlie. He likes to do that. He just likes to guard you.
Yeah. Trust.
Yeah.
And then he's looking at me like,
ew. Ew. He's like hyperventilating. Yeah. Dude, I would cry.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah. You're like, good. I'm glad we agree on that.
I'm like, I'm not going to stay the night at your Victorian house.
I don't even think Victorian houses will be around by the time I have to like buy a house.
I know, but I do think it's funny though, because that's so Muchachalacas core for us to get a haunted house.
Oh, for sure. For sure. We would be neighbors and both of our houses would be haunted. Like regardless of where we run, we would not be safe.
No, literally, that's so scary. Okay. One evening, as the girls were settling in, I saw this boyfriend.
Ooh.
Callum. Arrived for a visit. He noticed something off in the atmosphere, an unsettling chill that seemed to cling to the air. Nicole's boyfriend, Luke.
Ooh, love.
Shrugged it off, teasing us all about her jumpy nature. Just an old house, he said, rolling his eyes. But as the sun dipped below the horizon, shadows deepened and strange noises filled the air, whispers that seemed to echo from the very foundation of the home. That's kind of a weird sentence.
Yeah.
Like it feels like they're missing like the second half of it or something.
It's like something's not right. Yeah.
That night, while Isella and Callum were in the living room, they heard a loud crash from the kitchen. Rushing in, they found Nicole standing frozen in fear, staring wide-eyed at the shattered vase on the floor. It just flew off the shelf, she stammered. After several nights of unexplainable occurrences, doors slamming shut, cold spots appearing out of nowhere, and distant voices calling their names, the girls decided enough was enough. They contacted a local ghost investigator, a charismatic man named Felix, known for his success in dealing with the paranormal.
All I can think about is Felix from Stray Kids.
When you said that, you were like, I'm gonna like put him in there. I was like, that is perfect because of like Luke and Callum in it too. I was like, it's so good.
It's Felix from Stray Kids, and he's probably wearing like a leather jacket, and he's got his platinum blonde hair.
Send me the picture that you think that you're envisioning for him.
Yes.
And then we need to decide what era of Callum and Luke this is too.
Absolutely.
Felix arrived equipped with gadgets and an air of confidence. He set up cameras and an EMF detector.
EMF detector is crazy.
Explaining the importance of gathering evidence. As night fell, he began the investigation by himself. He doesn't even have a team. He's like, okay, let's get ready.
He's like, I can handle it.
And we're just standing there like...
Felix with like a super deep voice. He's like, I got it.
And we're like...
Oh yeah, because he's Australian as well. So
they're all friends.
Yeah. Okay.
With the girls and their boyfriends in tow. Why did I word it like
that? I guess we are the team.
we are
Felix's team, yeah.
He led them into the dimly lit living room. Let's see what we can find, Felix said, his voice steady. Suddenly, the temperature dropped, and the lights flickered ominously. The group huddled together, hearts racing. Felix conducted a seance, encouraging any spirits to communicate. At first, there was nothing, but soon the room filled with a low hum. Isella felt a hand brush against her shoulder, causing her to scream. Callum jumped to her side, trying to calm her down. Did you feel that? She gasped. Felix nodded, excitement in his eyes. We're not alone!
Ew. This is crazy.
As the night progressed, things took a terrifying turn. The lights went out completely, plunging them into darkness. Panic set in as they fumbled for their phones. In the chaos, Nicole noticed a shadow darting across the wall, whispering her name. Nicole!
Ew!
Come play with us!
Ew!
The voice sent chills down her spine. She stepped back, colliding with Luke, who was equally unsettled. Just then, Felix's equipment began to go haywire, lights flashing erratically. Everyone stay close, he shouted, but it was too late. The room erupted into chaos as unseen forces seemed to throw furniture around. Callum and Luke tried to shield the girls, but a heavy bookshelf toppled over, narrowly missing them. That's so scary. Oh my gosh.
Just being crushed to death by books.
I'm like, this is a demon.
This is a demon.
This is something serious.
This is serious.
Felix is like, I'm gonna need backup.
Yeah. Felix is like, all right, I need the rest of the Stray Kids. Call him.
He's like, well, I'll be right back.
He's
and
like,
the furniture's like,
I need you to make it your way here.
Furniture's flying, and he said, I'll be right back.
Yeah.
In the turmoil, Felix managed to regain some control, yelling for the spirits to reveal themselves. Suddenly, a loud, piercing scream echoed through the house, and a figure materialized in the corner, a ghostly girl, her face twisted in agony. Help me, she cried, her voice echoing in now oppressive silence. Nicole, overwhelmed by fear and a strange familiarity, stepped forward. Who are you? Now you're the empath.
I know. Now I'm the hero of the story.
It's taking a twist.
I'm going to be like, Isella, we have to save her.
And I'll be like, Nicole, no.
I know.
I was trapped here, the spirit wailed. Wailed. You must leave this place. With that, the lights flickered back on. The girl vanished, and Callum grabbed Isella's hand, and Luke pulled Nicole close. Felix's expressions changed from determination to dread. What just happened? Isella asked, her voice trembling. Felix turned pale. I've never seen anything like that. We need to leave. Now. But as they turned to escape, the door slammed shut, trapping them inside. The ghost reappeared, more frantic this time. You can't stay! The darkness is coming for you! Suddenly, the walls began to shake, and the lights dimmed again. In the confusion, Callum and Luke exchanged a look. They knew they had to act fast. We need to break a window! Luke shouted. They were like, okay.
Violence isn't always the answer, but sometimes it can solve a few things.
Sometimes. They rushed to the nearest window, but before they could reach it, the ghostly girl pointed to Isella. You must choose. Save her or yourself. Yourself. You must save her or save yourself.
Yourself.
Yourself. We should have gotten the hats last
need to get
night.
Hats.
We've been talking about it, guys. Let us know if you think we should get some cowboy hats to wear every episode.
For whenever our yeehaw comes out.
When our southern
accent
with our southern accents come out.
I guess these mugs are kind of perfect for that too.
Us using them year round.
I would. I will.
They're so cute. This man is crazy. Isella froze, torn between her love for Callum or her bond with Nicole. I can't leave either of you. Imagine.
That's crazy.
I have to pick between you and Callum.
Oh my god, do you sacrifice yourself in this one?
I'm like, Nicole, I'm just so in love.
Yeah, you're like, sorry, I'm choosing the boy this time.
I'm like, that's so sad.
You're like, you know what? Hoes before bros. Yeah.
I'm like, this one time, I'm like, you get it, right?
Yeah.
You're like,
I'm like, yeah, actually, no, not really.
You're like, we can.
I'm like, you're gonna leave me here?
You're like, we'll circle back.
Yeah.
But as the walls began to close in, shadows creeping toward them, in a moment of desperation, Nicole grabbed Isella's hand. We'll get through this together. Just trust me. Like, what's going on? I'm confused.
How did it turn into like something so emotional?
I know. With renewed determination, the girls focused on each other, summoning their friendship's strength. As they concentrated, a bright light enveloped them, pushing back the darkness. Felix shouted, "Keep holding on. You're stronger than it." In a blinding flash, the oppressive presence lifted. The walls returned to their original state, and the door swung open. They stumbled outside, gasping for breath. The ghostly girl appeared one last time, her expression sincere. "Thank you," she whispered before fading into the night.
Every single episode ends like the curse just breaks so easily. Yeah. It was like we just snap and it's broken.
It was just the power of friendship.
It was just the power of friendship.
Our bond was so strong.
F is for friends who do stuff together. And it's for you and me.
And it's for anywhere.
And anytime at all.
Yeah, no, he's right. SpongeBob ate with that.
Yeah.
As the four of them stood in the moonlight, shaken but alive, Isella turned to Nicole and Callum. What just happened? Luke, still in shock, managed a weak smile. I know, he's been so MIA.
The entire time he's just standing there like...
He's like... He managed a weak smile. I think we just became ghost hunters. They laughed.
Felix is like, you're not about to steal my reputation. Yeah.
I'm like, where did he even go?
Yeah.
They laughed nervously, the tension easing. But as they walked away, Isella felt a lingering chill. Something was still watching them from the shadows, and the whispers in the walls had only just begun.
You're kidding. It always is a cliffhanger.
I know, and we still end up living there.
That's fine.
Like, imagine.
The ghost child chose us to live there.
Yeah.
You're like, fun.
I'll live there forever. I like the awkward, I guess we just became ghost hunters.
I know.
Like, what?
I'm like, shut up.
Ick. Luke, ick.
Ick. You gave us the ick. So my story is called The Whispering Pines. Mm-hmm. Mind you, when I asked Chat GPT for this prompt, I was like, write me a story that I can spook my friends with at a bonfire.
I love that.
So it says, gather around, friends, and let me tell you a tale that happened right here in these very woods, just a few miles from where we sit tonight.
If you ever said that at a bonfire, I'd be like, what?
You would get the immediate ick. You'd be like, I'm no longer one of your friends.
I'm like, what the heck is she saying right now?
So yeah, I was like, before I begin the story, I have to say why I'm saying this. So it goes, years ago, there was a small forgotten village nestled deep in the heart of the forest. It was known as Pine Hollow, named for the towering pines that surrounded it. The villagers were superstitious, often whispering about the spirits that dwelled among the trees, especially when the wind howled through the branches at night. One autumn evening, a newcomer arrived in Pine Hollow, a young woman named Clara.
Of course it was Clara.
She was drawn to the village by its eerie beauty and the promise of solitude. The villagers welcomed her with warm smiles, but warned her to stay clear of the whispering pines, a dark section of the forest where the trees seemed to murmur secrets to anyone who dared enter. Whoa, cheese trees?
Who dared to enter. Imagine. Like, the trees, they talk. Like the song from the movie last night.
I would feel like, yeah, for real. I would feel like that is so cool. I'd be like, let's go cheese me out with the trees, the cheesemate trees.
Imagine. We would do it though. We would be sitting there.
Sure do it.
We have more than enough to share.
Yeah, we'd be like, yeah. I'd be like, I want to tell you my deep, dark secrets.
And the trees are like, yeah, let's hear it.
It's going to be here for hundreds of years. Let's go. Intrigued, Clara brushed off their warnings. She spent her days wandering the woods, sketching the haunting beauty of the landscape. But at night, as the sun dipped below the horizon, she felt a strange pull toward the whispering pines. The whispers beckoned her, tantalizing and sweet. One fateful night, unable to resist any longer, Clara ventured into the forest under the light of the full moon. The pines stood tall and ominous, their shadows stretching like long fingers across the ground.
Ew.
I know. As she stepped deeper into the woods, the whispers grew louder, swirling around her like a gentle breeze. Come closer, they seemed to beckon. We have stories to tell. Us.
Yeah. Come if you dare.
Come closer, we have stories to tell.
I was trying to get people to listen to the podcast.
Yeah, for real. Entranced, Clara wandered further until she reached a clearing. There, she found a massive, ancient tree, its trunk gnarled and twisted.
Yeah.
The whispers intensified, and Clara felt an overwhelming urge to touch the tree. As her fingers brushed against the bark, she was flooded with visions, glimpses of the village's past,
Whoa.
of laughter, love, and joy, but also of despair and sorrow.
Oh, yikes.
I know. Suddenly, the air turned cold, and the whispers shifted to panicked cries. Leave! Leave while you can!
Of course.
You guys fucking told her to go there.
Yeah, literally, you called her there, and then now you're like, wait, never mind.
And you were like, wait, get out of here! But it was too late. The ground trembled, and Clara found herself surrounded by shadowy figures.
Oh.
Lost souls trapped within the whispering pines, unable to escape their fate. They reached out to her, their eyes filled with sorrow and longing. In that moment, Clara realized the truth. The whispers weren't calling her to join them. They were warning her. She stumbled back, heart pounding, but the shadows closed in. Desperate, she turned and ran, the whispers morphing into anguished wails. She burst out of the forest, gasping for breath, the villagers standing at the edge with looks of horror. You shouldn't have gone in there, one cried. The forest takes those who listen too closely. Ew.
I hate that.
Yeah, I know, me too.
Too closely.
From that night on, Clara was never the same. Though she returned to her cottage, she was haunted by the whispers, which followed her even in her dreams. The villagers tried to help, but the spirits had marked her. They whispered her name in the wind, a constant reminder of what lay hidden in the depths of the whispering pines. Years passed, and one chilly autumn evening, Clara vanished without a trace. The villagers...
That sounds like so sad. Like, it's just years of her going through this.
Yeah,
so
she just went insane, probably.
It's so sad.
Where did I leave off?
The villagers did something.
The villagers searched for her, but found nothing. They could hear the whispers growing louder, echoing through the trees, warning others not to enter. Now, it's said that if you stand at the edge of the whispering pines on a moonlit night, you can still hear Clara's voice among the whispers, pleading for help. But be warned, if you listen too closely, you might just find yourself drawn into the forest, forever lost among the shadows. So, if you ever feel the urge to wander these woods, remember the tale of Clara and the whispering pines. Keep your ears closed to the whispers, and don't let the shadows beckon you too deep, because once you hear them call your name, it might just be the last thing you ever hear. Ooh.
That sounds like an urban legend.
I know. That one didn't end in a cliffhanger, though.
Yeah.
Nice.
Finally.
Finally.
That one, I kind of liked how it was like, if you ever hear the trees. Like, I like that it turned into
how
like
it
a legend.
ended.
Like
yeah.
Yeah. It left no plot holes. I don't think. That one was good.
That one was actually pretty good.
Good
job, Chat GPT.
You definitely, yeah, I think it's because you said like the bonfire thing. So now it's like, so if you ever hear this, like, yeah.
Yeah. I feel like it should have added like a little bit more detail as to what happened to the people.
The village, yeah.
Yeah,
I was thinking
and why
that too.
they ended up there, why the whispering pines are even there to begin with.
I also like that they're called that, the whispering pines. That's
I know,
so
it sounds
cool.
so ominous.
It sounds so scary.
Yeah. I do like that though.
Yeah, that
Good job.
AI, we should have been ranking them, like, on a scale of 1 to 10.
You're so right.
This one is called The Mystery of Halloween Night. This one I had a very specific
prompt.
Yeah.
What was the prompt?
It was
to reveal the plot twist.
Yeah, but I did say make it dramatic, make it humorous, add a plot twist.
Oh, nice.
But make it unpredictable.
Okay.
Or something like that.
Okay. All right.
Something along those lines. And I said make it Halloween night. And like we're at a Halloween party.
Oh, perfect.
Okay. So it says, it was Halloween night and the air was thick with excitement. Children darted through the neighborhood, their laughter ringing out as they trick-or-treated under the glow of jack-o'-lanterns. The glue.
The glue.
That was so funny. You were like, they've never glued.
Supposed to glue in the dark. They've never glued.
They've never glued in the dark. And we were like, glown? Glued.
English is not my first language, okay?
That was so funny. 4 a.m. conversation.
Yeah. Also, it was like so late at night. My brain was not functioning.
It was so funny. But the real event of the evening was the Halloween party at Isella and Nicole's house. Isella and her boyfriend Callum had planned an extravagant duo costume. Oh, this was another specific that I put in there. Okay, listen.
Make sure that... Okay, go.
Well, I said have Isella and Nicole and their boyfriends have duo costumes. Okay. They were dressed as a cosmic galaxy and a shooting star, with Isella in sparkling shades of blue and purple, while Callum donned a bright shimmering silver. Meanwhile, Nicole and her boyfriend, Luke, were a perfect match as a pair of playful skeletons, their costume adorned with glow-in-the-dark accents.
Oh, perfect. Glued in the dark accents.
Glued in the dark accents. Our little merch is glue in the dark.
Glue in the dark.
And it glues.
Ew. I gave myself the ick, dude.
You guys just had to be there last night. This is just inside joke. I feel like we talk about inside jokes all the time.
And everybody's like,
huh? You wouldn't get it.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. The house was decorated with cobwebs, eerie lights, and an impressive array of Halloween treats. Friends and neighbors gathered, including Ashton and Michael.
Oh! I love.
Both in outrageous costumes. Ashton as a werewolf and Michael as a mad scientist. That's so good.
I can see it.
Yeah, me too. Like present day Ashton as a werewolf.
Yeah.
And like green-haired Michael as a scientist. Yeah. As the party kicked off, the group mingled, dancing to spooky tunes and indulging in themed snacks. That's so us, having themed snacks. But as the night wore on, a strange tension hung in the air. Isella noticed the lights flickering intermittently, and the music would occasionally warp into ghostly whispers. Do you guys feel that? She asked, nudging Callum. Feel what? He replied, munching on a caramel apple. Something's off, she said, glancing around at the other partygoers. Nicole joined them, her skeleton hand resting on Luke's shoulder. Maybe we should start a game or something to lighten the mood. Yeah, let's do a mystery scavenger hunt, Luke suggested, his eyes sparkling with enthusiasm. Great idea, Isella agreed, clapping her hands. We can make it spooky with clues leading to hidden treasures around the house. How are we making that up on the spot?
I know, literally.
Like, I feel like scavenger hunts have to like be planned out.
Yeah, exactly. We just happen to have it already planned, just in case, you know?
Something in our back pocket.
Yeah, we just have a game ready to go.
As the group rallied behind the idea, they divided... What? Oh no! As the group rallied behind the idea, they divided into teams. Isella and Callum partnered up, while Nicole teamed with Luke, leaving Ashton and Michael as the last duo. They all grabbed flashlights and set off in search of clues, laughter echoing as they scoured the dimly lit rooms. Whose house are we in? Like,
ours.
Where are we?
It's our house.
Do you think it's our Victorian house?
Hopefully. That'd be fun.
Just a little continuation.
Yeah. Also, is the party just like us, or is there other people there?
It said other party goers, but like we're the only ones playing the game, so like, that's kind of weird.
Okay.
After a few rounds of searching, they uncovered strange clues that hinted at a deeper mystery. One clue led them to a hidden compartment under the stairs.
We just didn't know that this was in our house.
Yeah, like where are we? Revealing an old diary belonging to the house's previous owners. The pages were filled with cryptic messages and ominous warnings about the spirit that haunts the night of the harvest moon. Isn't that from your story?
Yeah.
Weird.
That is weird.
Maybe that's a ghost thing. The harvest moon.
The harvest moon, I think, is an October thing in general.
Oh, good to know.
I don't know.
This is getting interesting, Michael said, flipping through the diary. What if we're actually uncovering a real ghost story? Or someone just wrote this to freak people out. Ashton scoffed.
Scoofed?
He scoofed it. But Isella felt a chill. No, I think there's something to this. What if we need to solve this mystery to keep the house safe?
Okay. Keep the house safe?
Like, why would we need to do that?
I know. This is giving, like, we just moved in and it's like the Casper mansion. You know, Casper, the movie. When it's like furnished and everything's just there and they just moved in.
Yeah.
It's giving that, because how do we not know that all of this is in our house?
Yeah, like all the clues and everything. Yeah. As they followed the clues, they found themselves drawn to the attic. A sense of foreboding hung over them, but their curiosity pushed them onward. The final clue led them to an old trunk, locked and covered in dust. Someone must have the key, Callum said, looking around. Maybe it's in the diary, Nicole suggested, glancing back at Michael. Michael flipped through the pages again, and his eyes widened. It says here that the key is hidden with the one who guards the night. What does that even mean? Luke asked, scratching his head. Isella's heart raced. Could it be one of the decorations outside, the guardian of Halloween? This is your guy from your story.
Oh my god.
No, the girl at the end of your story. Didn't she became the guardian? They rushed outside to check. The party had spilt into the yard, where decorations adorned the trees. A large menacing scarecrow stood in the corner, towering over the other decorations. Could it be him? Ashton pointed. That scarecrow looked suspicious. As they approached the scarecrow, Luke noticed something glimmering at his feet. Look! He bent down and retrieved an ornate key. This must be it! It was just right there.
Oh my god.
With newfound excitement, they dashed back to the attic. The key turned with a satisfying click, and the trunk creaked open to reveal a collection of dusty old costumes and a tarnished mirror. But the mirror was unlike any they had seen. It seemed to shimmer with a life of its own. Is this some kind of portal?
I have a story pretty much exactly like that.
Oh, no.
It's literally called The Mirror in the Attic.
No.
I guess we'll see how different it is.
Yeah. Is this some kind of portal? Michael asked, peering into it. Suddenly, the reflections twisted and warped, showing not just their own faces, but shadowy figures standing behind them. The friends gasped, their hearts racing. Get back, Nicole shouted, stepping protectively in front of Luke. Your little 5'3" figure in front of his like
6'4".
Yeah. Where am I at? But just as they tried to retreat, the room grew dark, and the mirror's surface rippled like water. A ghostly figure emerged, wearing the same costume as Isella, but with a twisted, malevolent smile. I'm like, malevolent. Welcome, children, it said, its voice echoing with malice. You've awakened me on this Harvin moon. Harvin?
Do they mean
me
harvest?
When I named my son Harvin.
Yeah.
Harvest moon. Now you must play a game. What game? Callum asked, his voice trembling. Find the truth. What's going on?
You tell me the truth.
You tell me the truth right now. It's so Scrappy-Doo.
Ew.
Find the truth, the spirit hissed. One of you is not who they seem. The room chilled, and the atmosphere turned electric with tension. The friends exchanged worried glances, unsure who to trust. Wait, are you saying one of us is, Isella began, but before she could finish, the ghost pointed a finger at Luke. Only one will leave unscathed. The rest must stay. A wave of disbelief washed over them. No way, that's not true, Nicole exclaimed, stepping forward. We're all friends here. Friends? The spirit laughed. A chilling sound sent shivers down their spines. One of you has a secret. Find it before the night ends, or you will all be trapped in my mirror. Ashton, visibly shaken, looked at everyone. What do? We can't just turn on each other. Let's search for the clues in the trunk, Isella suggested, her heart pounding.
I bet you it's Callum.
Yeah, I know.
He's way too quiet.
He hasn't really spoken at all this whole story. Maybe there's something that can help us figure this out. They rummaged through the trunk, discovering various items, old photographs, notes, and a faded costume that eerily looked like the one Luke had worn in the past. What's this? Nicole picked up a note, her hand shaking. It says, beware the ones who speak in riddles. They may hide the darkest truth. That's not even... What? Imagine finding that on paper.
Dude, I suck at riddles.
I know. You're like, one of us is gonna die.
Yeah, I'd be like, well.
As the realization sank in, the friends turned their gaze to Luke. What did you do? Nicole asked, hurt flashing in her eyes. I didn't do anything, Luke protested, backing away. You can't believe that. Wait, Callum interrupted. Before we jump to conclusions, what about the other clues? We need to solve this together. I'm confused.
I know. I'm confused.
Like, what did Luke do that made you so betrayed?
I guess it's because
the costume?
Yeah, there was like a costume that was exactly like one that he had worn in the past, and it was like...
But like, what if he was like a mummy? Like a bunch of people dress up as mummies.
I don't know.
Okay.
That makes no sense to me.
But the spirit laughed again, its voice echoing ominously. Time is running out. The clock strikes midnight and your chance will vanish. The friends scrambled to find answers. As the seconds ticked away, Isella and Nicole uncovered a hidden compartment at the bottom of the trunk. Inside, they found a mirror shard and a locket. Look, this locket has a picture of all of us. Wait, that's not right. Isella gasped. The image only showed 3 of them. Isella, Callum, and Nicole. Luke was absent. What does this mean? Nicole asked, panic creeping into her voice. It means Luke. He's not really a part of this group. Isella whispered, glancing at Luke, whose face had gone pale. I'm not a ghost. I'm not, Luke shouted, desperation rising in his voice. Suddenly, the ghost lunged forward, grabbing the locket. The truth reveals itself. Only the innocent may escape. In the moment of panic, Luke stumbled backwards and tripped over the trunk. The mirror behind him rippled violently, and without any warning, a shadowy figure emerged, another ghost. But this one was distinct, resembling Luke, but twisted and dark. Not dark Luke.
Dark Luke.
What's happening? Luke gasped, horror drawn on him. It was you all along, Nicole cried, her heart breaking as realization hit her.
Okay.
You were a ghost trying to blend in. The doppelganger grinned, merging with the original Luke. The transformation. The transformation, sending shockwaves through the room. Yes, I've been feeding off your energy, playing friend, but I am the true spirit of this house.
What the heck?
Isella and Nicole stood frozen, their hearts racing. We have to banish him, Isella shouted, gripping Callum's hand. With their combined strength, they focused on the locket. And
again, we're like witches trying to like break spells.
We just need the power of friendship. That's all.
Yeah, always.
Channeling their energy. You will not take our friends, Nicole yelled. In a blinding flash of light, the spirits howled as it was pulled into the mirror, disappearing with an agonizing scream. The darkness lifted. The attic returned to its normal state, light flooding in through the windows. The friends stood there in silence, relief washing over them. They had survived the night, but the night had changed their bond forever. Wow, Michael said, catching his breath. That was intense. We almost lost everything, Ashton added, glancing at Luke, who now looked shaken but real. Isella stepped forward, embracing Luke. We'll always be friends, but next Halloween, let's skip all the scary stuff. As they all laughed, a sense of camaraderie returned. The night may have been filled with shadows and mysteries, but together they emerged stronger. And as they celebrated, the faint whispers of the house quieted, leaving only the sound of laughter to fill the air, reminding them that even in the darkest of nights, friendships can light the way.
Chat GPT loves friendship.
Yeah.
Hey.
That's just the way.
Stop it.
The way it works.
Yeah, Chat GPT absolutely loves the power of friendship.
Like
always, forever and ever.
Think that one was okay.
That was okay. That one was a little confusing.
Yeah, I think that they missed a lot of stuff because, like, why was he an imposter? Like, how did that even happen?
Yeah, and I was confused a little too.
I think they forgot that you were like his girlfriend in that story.
Yeah,
because it was like, he's our friend. Okay.
And I was like heartbroken for like 2 seconds.
Yeah, I know. And then what? He was just normal after that. Yeah. Like, how did it even get there?
Yeah. Agreed. It was a little. It was missing some points.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, it was a nice story.
I liked the part where, they were like looking for the key. And they're like, it's in the scarecrow. And it was just there on the ground. Yeah. Like, what are the odds?
They were like, it has to be there. And he was like, what is this? I can imagine with like his Australian accent.
It's just like on the floor. He said,
it's like, hey, mate.
He said, this one.
So, my last story, I have to like go all the way down. Hopefully it's not the same story.
Yeah, I know. I hope it's not. Chat GPT, be original.
If we have like the same character as my last story.
I love it.
Clara. Well, you know what? Maybe it's a little different.
Let's hear it.
People are being freed again.
Of course. And I'm like...
over it. I'm over it. Yeah. Chat GPT, be more original.
And like, of course, there's a dilemma.
Yeah.
And then we have to figure out what it is.
And then friendship, the power of friendship is going to save everybody.
And then it's going to be cured like within
2 seconds.
Yeah.
And we're never going to know.
Yelling, no!
Yeah, and we're never going to know why they ended up in that situation.
What the?
Anyways, let's hear it.
Let's hear it.
The mirror in the attic. In a quaint little town, there was an old Victorian house that had been abandoned for years. Also, what's with the obsession with Victorian houses?
I know, like, are those the only thing that can be haunted according to Chat GPT?
I guess so. Its stories were whispered among the locals, tales of a family that had vanished without a trace, leaving only the house and its eerie memories behind. One day, a young couple, Ben and Clara...
Ben
and Clara...
Maybe it's Benjamin Franklin.
And Clara Watson? Just kidding.
Clara Watson.
Ben and Clara decided to explore the dilapidated structure, drawn by curiosity and the thrill of the unknown. As they stepped inside, the floorboards creaked beneath their feet. The dust filled the air. The house was a time capsule of the past, with the furniture draped in white sheets and faded photographs hanging crookedly on the walls. The couple ventured deeper, their flashlights illuminating the dark corners of the home. While Clara rummaged through a dusty trunk in the living room, Ben noticed a staircase leading to the attic. An inexplicable pull urged him to climb the stairs. He ascended cautiously, the air growing colder with each step. At the top, he found a large, ornate mirror, leaning against the wall, its frame intricately carved with strange symbols. As he approached, Ben felt a strange energy emanating from the mirror. It seemed to pulse softly, and he could almost hear whispers, faint and unintelligible. Intrigued, he reached out to touch its surface. The moment his fingers made contact, a jolt of electricity surged through him, and the mirror shimmered.
What?
I know.
That's so scary. Did it just like take his soul?
He's like, yeah.
He's like,
yeah. And then it says, hold on, I want to get the double crochet in.
Gets it.
And like, why did you say it like go get it, girl? You were like talking in cursive right there.
That's my specialty. I did listen to Halsey before.
Oh my god, me. I did have my Halsey phase.
Real.
Anyways, so suddenly the reflection began to change. Instead of his own
it's looking good.
It's looking like a miner's hat now. It's looking like a dwarf hat.
It's perfect. It's just full of Mango's hair.
Anyways, so suddenly the reflection began to change. Instead of his own image, he saw a vision of a woman, pale, with long dark hair and an anguished expression. She looked directly at him, and her mouth formed silent words, "Help me." Oh. Ben's heart raced. "Clara!" he shouted, calling for his girlfriend. She rushed up the stairs, her eyes widening in the shock at the sight in the mirror. "Ben, what is it?" she asked, her voice trembling. "This woman, she needs help," Ben exclaimed, pointing to the mirror. Clara stepped closer, and for a moment, the woman's expression shifted from fear to something that resembled hope. Without warning, the glass rippled like water, and Clara reached out, captivated by the vision. "Wait! Don't!" Ben yelled, but it was too late.
Oh no.
Clara's hand slipped through the surface of the mirror, vanishing up to her elbow. She gasped, her eyes wide with fear. "Clara!" Ben shouted, grabbing her arm. With all his strength, he pulled her back, but the mirror resisted, as if it had a will of its own. Finally, with a desperate tug, he freed her, and they stumbled back, panting. "What was that?" Clara exclaimed, shaking with adrenaline.
What the heck?
Yeah. First of all, why would you
Yeah.
Anyways.
I would never.
Yeah, me either. You're crazy for that, Clara.
You're bold, girl.
Yeah. I don't know, but we have to leave, Ben urged. Just as they turned to go, the mirror shimmered again and the woman appeared once more. Now more frantic. "Please, you have to listen," she screamed, her voice echoing eerily in the attic. Ben looked at Clara, and they shared a silent understanding. They needed to know what was happening.
Why?
I don't know. "What do you want?" Ben asked the mirror. "I was trapped here," the woman replied, her voice a haunting melody. I made a deal to save my family, but it cost me my freedom. You must find the truth and set me free. Always finding a truth, too.
I know. We have to solve the mystery.
Always finding a truth.
Always.
Clara's heart raced. What truth? She asked, drawn into the mystery. The family that lived here, they weren't just ordinary people. They dabbled in dark magic, and I was one of them. I made a mistake, and now I'm bound to this mirror until someone discovers the truth of my past. Determined to help, Ben and Clara spent the next few hours searching the house for clues. They found a hidden room in the basement filled with strange artifacts and old books on sorcery. As they pieced together the story, they learned that the family had tried to summon a powerful spirit, but it had gone horribly wrong. The woman in the mirror was the last remaining member of the family, cursed to linger until the truth was revealed. What's the truth, though? I want to know. Why is
there always a truth?
There's always a truth, and we just never know what it is.
I know.
And we will never know what it is.
I'm most curious about the village. What happened to the villagers?
I don't know. I'm confused.
I need to sit with the trees.
Yeah. Finally, they uncovered a journal detailing the ritual that had gone wrong. We have to perform the counter ritual, Ben said, glancing nervously at Clara. It might be the only way to free her. They returned to the attic, the mirror waiting like a predator. Are you ready? Clara asked, her heart racing. Let's do this, Ben replied, steeling himself. With the journal open before them, they began to chant the incantation. As they spoke the final words, the mirror began to glow, and the woman's figure appeared again, more vibrant than before. Thank you, she whispered. That was so easy.
All they did was summon her, and she was like, thanks.
She was like, I'm freed.
You guys did it.
Yeah. Her expression shifted from anguish to gratitude. But just as they thought they had succeeded, a deafening crack filled the air. The mirror shattered, shards flying everywhere. Clara screamed as one piece grazed her arm.
Oh no.
But when the dust settled, the woman was gone. For a moment, they stood in silence, panting. Then Ben turned to Clara, relieved. We did it. We freed her. But as Clara touched her arm, her face contorted in pain.
Oh no.
Something's wrong.
No.
He watched in horror as Clara's features began to twist, her skin turning pale and her hair darkening. No! Clara, what's happening? He cried, stepping back. As her transformation completed, Clara turned to face him, but it wasn't her anymore. It was the woman in the mirror, grinning wickedly. Thank you for freeing me, she said, her voice now laced with malice. But I think I'll keep your girlfriend's body. She's much more useful than I ever was.
So Jennifer's body core.
Oh my god, for real. Ben's heart sank as he realized the cruel twist of fate. In their attempt to save the woman, they had unknowingly released the darkness within her, and now he was left to confront the horror of his own mistake. As Clara, the woman, began to laugh, Ben stumbled back, knowing he had lost everything. The mirror had shattered, and the curse had merely changed forms, leaving him trapped in a nightmare of his own making.
This is all Ben's fault. Is that how it ended?
That's how it ends.
This is all Ben's fault.
This is all Ben's fault. Ben should have just left when Clara said that they should leave.
I'd be like, Ben, why are you so invested?
No, for real. Ben, why do you want to save this woman so much?
Who is she to you?
Yeah, for real. Why do you care so much, huh?
Ew, that's so annoying. She's like, I like this little buddy. I'm gonna keep it.
Yeah, she was like, yeah.
She said, this one's a good one.
This one's healthier than I ever was.
Ew.
That's gross.
So what happened to the other one's spirit? She's just
I don't know. I think
gone.
She got trapped in the mirror, but then since the mirror shattered,
she's just
gone.
That's crazy. That's
snoring or the story?
The story.
Oh,
that makes me sad for her.
I know.
Like she didn't even want to do that, and then
yeah, she was like forced into it basically.
Aww.
But yeah, so that was that. That was my last story.
That was a good ender. So this is my last story, and this one I kind of went a little silly with Chat GPT, and I gave them a very silly prompt, and you'll hear it in the first two sentences. Okay. So this one's called The Haunting of Oakwood Manor.
Ooh.
New city unlocked.
Oakwood Manor.
Yeah. New house unlocked.
New location unlocked.
Okay, ready?
Yep.
In a small town, nestled between winding roads and towering trees, stood Oakwood Manor, a grand but dilapidated estate.
Dilapidated estate, yeah.
Yeah. Rumor had it that the house was haunted by two mischievous spirits. I saw that in a goal. Two girls who had met an untimely end in the house many decades ago.
Oh, God.
I said, write me a story, but make us the ghosts.
Make us the ones haunting people.
A little muchachas twist.
Yeah.
I saw that Nicole had lived there long ago, reveling in the grandeur of their surroundings until a mysterious accident had trapped their souls within the manor. Now they floated through the halls, entertaining themselves with pranks on the living.
Does sound like us.
Yeah. One evening, a family moved into the manor, blissfully unaware of its special residence. It doesn't say special, but I don't know how to say that word. So, as the family unpacked, Isella and Nicole decided it was time to have some fun. Let's start with the classic, Isella suggested, a glint of mischief in her eyes. Nicole grinned. I'm in. What's the plan? They floated down to the kitchen.
Oh my God.
Where the mother was putting away groceries. With a flick of their ethereal wrists, they made the pantry door swing open and shut. The mother jumped, her eyes wide. Did you see that? She called to her husband, who was struggling with the couch in the living room. It's just an old house settling, he replied, barely lifting his head.
Sure.
That's such a bad husband. He didn't even think to.
He didn't even check.
Nicole giggled. Old house settling? More like young spirits having a blast.
That is so something I would say too.
They decided to take it up a notch. As the family settled in for the night, Isella and Nicole transformed into their ghostly forms, glowing white with tattered dresses that floated like the mist.
Oh my god.
That's so funny because that means we were just like communicating to each other as like beings.
Oh my gosh. That's so funny though.
Now we have forms.
I love it.
Time for some real scares, Isella said, her spirit form shimmering with excitement. The girls floated down the hallway, making ghostly moans. They peeked into the living room where the family was watching TV. Let's see if they notice us, Nicole whispered, and just then the father turned, squinting. Did you hear that? The mother laughed nervously. It's just the wind. Or maybe it's our resident ghosts, the daughter chimed in, holding a flashlight like it was a weapon. Isella and Nicole exchanged glances, suppressing giggles. They're on to us, Isella said, stifling a laugh. Feeling bold, they swooped into the living room. Their father's eyes went wide as he pointed. Look, there! Nicole threw her arms up dramatically. Boo! We're the ghostly duo!
Oh my god!
That's so funny. The family screamed, leaping up from their seats. The father stumbled back, nearly knocking over a lamp, while the daughter clutched her flashlight like it was a sword. Wait, we're not here to hurt you, Isella exclaimed, struggling to keep a straight face.
We're the ghostly duo!
Yeah, we just want to hang out, Nicole added, floating closer. The family stared, a mix of shock and bewilderment washing over them. You can talk? The mother asked, her voice trembling. Of course we can, Isella said. We're not your typical ghosts. We just want to make this place a little more interesting when we're YN as ghosts.
Yeah, literally.
Nicole floated to the side, hands on her hips. And we've got some fantastic ideas for pranks. Fantastic. The family exchanged uncertain glances. What kind of pranks? The daughter asked, curiosity overriding fear. Think of us as your supernatural roommates, Isella winked. We'll help you with your chores in the most ridiculous ways. Like making the vacuum cleaner chase your dad around the house, Nicole added, laughing. Or turning your laundry into a confetti explosion, Isella said, twirling midair. Slowly, the tension began to dissipate. The family members started to laugh, their initial fear giving way to amusement. Okay, let's see what you got, the father said, crossing his arms with a smirk. The haunting turned into a comedic partnership. The family learned to embrace the ghosts, and together they created a series of hilarious pranks that echoed through Oakwood Manor. One night, while the family was watching a horror movie, Isella and Nicole decided to take it up a notch. They crept into the room and synchronized their ghostly moans, creating a symphony of eerie sounds. Is that in the movie? The daughter whispered her eyes wide. Nope, that's just us, Nicole shouted, floating above the couch. The family burst into laughter, even as they feigned terror. That'd be so scary.
I know.
As the days turned into weeks, the family and the ghosts formed an unexpected bond, sharing stories and laughing late into the night. They became a local legend, the family that lived with friendly ghosts. But there were still moments that felt eerie. The girls would occasionally find themselves drifting into old, forgotten rooms where shadows danced and whispers echoed. In those moments, they would remember the lives they once had, full of hopes, dreams, and laughter of friends. That's so sad.
That's terrible.
One night, after a particularly wild prank involving glow-in-the-dark paint and the father snoring.
Okay.
Isella turned to Nicole. Maybe we should help them find a way to move on, too. Nicole nodded thoughtfully. Yeah, maybe we're not just here to haunt. We could help them live life to the fullest, just like we wanted to. That's so sad. Oh my gosh.
That makes me so sad.
And so, Isella and Nicole continued their playful haunt, but with a new purpose, to bring joy to the living while searching for their own peace. They may have been ghosts, but in Oakwood Manor, they had found a family that made their afterlife just a little more fun. As the weeks rolled on, Oakwood Manor became a hub of laughter and light with Isella and Nicole's playful hauntings, endearing them to the family. They pulled a harmless plank. We were planking. Harmless pranks like hiding the TV remote or filling the fridge with rubber chickens.
Okay.
Where did we even get this?
I know.
All while the family embraced their spectral companions, but beneath the surface of merriment, a darker undercurrent flowed through the house. One evening, while the family was gathered for game night, Isella and Nicole overheard whispers coming from the attic, something they had never encountered before. The girls exchanged glances, a sense of unease washing over them. Did you hear that? Nicole asked, floating towards the attic door. Yeah, Isella replied, her voice tense. It sounds different. Curiosity piqued. They glided up the stairs, the atmosphere shifting from playful to ominous. As they reached the attic, they found an old dusty mirror that had been covered with the sheet. The whispers intensified, swirling around them like a tempest. I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is either.
That's a weird word. I don't even know what to say in place of that.
Yeah.
What do you think is in there? Nicole asked, her voice barely above a whisper. I don't know, but it feels wrong, Isella said, stepping closer to the mirror. Suddenly, a chilling gust of wind burst through the attic, and the mirror cracked, sending shards cascading to the floor.
Oh, wow.
The girls recoiled in shock as a shadowy figure emerged from the broken glass, a dark, twisted apparition with hollow eyes and a malevolent grin. Hello. Welcome, my dears. The figure hissed, its voice slithering through the air.
Ew.
I've been waiting for you. Isella and Nicole felt a surge of dread. Who are you? Isella demanded, trying to sound brave. I'm the one who has been trapped here longer than you can imagine, the figure snarled. I can't talk today.
I can't talk today,
sorry. Extending a skeletal hand. And now I will feast on your joy. With that, the room plunged into darkness. The shadow lunged at them, and they felt a cold grip wrapping around their hearts. The laughter and light of the family below seemed to fade, replaced by an overwhelming sense of despair. Isella, we have to get out of here, Nicole cried, panic rising in her voice. But the dark entity had other plans. It swept through the house, extinguishing lights and plunging the family into chaos. The parents screamed as furniture began to levitate, and the daughter cried out, clutching her flashlight as shadows twisted around her. Time to play a different game. The figure cackled, its voice echoing through the walls, a game of fear.
You're kidding.
Isella and Nicole, their spirits shaking with fear, knew they had to fight back. They gathered their strength, pushing against the dark presence. We won't let you take them, Isella shouted. The shadow recoiled, momentarily distracted by their defiance. Foolish ghosts, you think you can protect them? You're just as trapped as I am. Realizing the weight of the dark entity's words, Nicole's heart sank. Isella, what if we're not just here to haunt? What if we're bound to this place for a reason? Maybe it's true, Isella whispered, the reality sinking in, but we can't let it win. Fueled by their newfound resolve, the girls focused on the bond they had created with the family. They remembered the laughter, the joy, and the moments that made them feel alive even in death. They projected those memories into air shimmering with light. Together, we can banish this darkness. The
power of friendship.
I know. Once again. We can banish this darkness, Isella shouted. The room exploded with energy, the light pushing back against the shadows. The dark figure writhed, screeching in anger. You think you can defeat me with memories? I thrive on despair. But the girls pressed on, drawing strength from the family's love. As the shadows closed in, they summoned every ounce of joy they had experienced together. In a blinding flash, the darkness shattered, and the shadow figure dissipated into the air with a wailing scream. The attic returned to its quiet state, the dust settling as if nothing had happened. Breathless, Isella and Nicole looked around. Is it over? Nicole asked, her voice trembling. But as they floated back down to the family, they noticed something unsettling.
Oh no.
The laughter had faded, replaced by an eerie silence. The family stood in the living room, their faces pale and hollow, as if the encounter had drained their very essence. What happened? The mother whispered, confusion clouding her eyes. We fought it off, Isela said, but uncertainty crept into her voice. We saved you. Did you? The father replied, his voice low and somber. Or did you just transfer the darkness to us? The girls felt a chill wash over them as they realized the truth. The dark entity had not been vanquished. It had merely changed forms, feeding off the energy of those it had ensnared. Crazy. As the family slowly turned toward the attic, Isela and Nicole understood the terrible price of their defiance. They had inadvertently unleashed a new kind of haunting, one that would twist joy into sorrow, laughters into screams.
No.
That's my line. No. Isela breathed, horror creeping into her heart. They thought they were protecting the family, but in their battle, they had brought the darkness home. The family stood together, faces blank, as the whispers of despair began to echo around them, a haunting melody that would never fade. As the girls watched, powerless, they realized that their own spirits were now bound to this new darkness, forever intertwined with the very souls they had hoped to save. And in the depths of Oakwood Manor, the line between light and shadow grew dangerously thin. That's it.
That was so wholesome, and then it went so dark.
And it went so bad so fast.
I know.
It's the dad saying, Did you? Or did you just give it to us?
I know.
Like, what?
What do you mean you gave it to us?
That's so
crazy. Gosh. Okay. That was crazy.
I know. Okay, so I think it gave me like the first bit of it and it ended like really happy. And I was like, no, like end it with a plot twist, make something crazy happen. And then it added like
all the crazy haunting
like
stuff.
the other ghosts, yeah. And I'm like, how were we haunting there for decades?
I never knew about
Never knew there was one until randomly.
That was insane. It was so good until it wasn't.
I was
the idea so into it. Ghosts. Yeah, it was so into it until it was like, did you really give us the darkness? And I was like, oh. So
you were like, huh?
Yeah. I don't have any other stories.
But yeah, it was too wholesome to end it on a scary episode. I said, no, add drama.
You were like, no, we're going to make this like a really sad story.
That is so sad, though. It made me so sad when it was like, Isela and Nicole remembered the life they once had. And I was
know. Like, when they said that, I was like, oh my God.
I was like, wait,
that was a good story. That was a good story. I hope you enjoyed.
Yeah. Let us know which one was your favorite story. And if you think we should do this again for like other topics.
We should do it for like Thanksgiving.
So down. Thanksgiving.
We should do it for Christmas.
I'm so down for Christmas.
Write me a crazy Christmas Hallmark movie.
Yes. Oh, cute. And it's gonna have me like
crying.
Make me cry.
Crying in the club. Yeah, we hope you liked it. If you've made it this far, thank you.
Thank you.
And
subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Spotify. Pretty much everywhere.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you so much to everybody who's joined us, to everybody who leaves comments, letting us know what you're doing, if you're crocheting, if you're doing other things.
Let us know.
Yeah, and if you have any specific prompts you would like us to try with Chat GPT, let us know as well.
Yes, characters, anything.
That'd be really fun. Yeah. But yeah, I think we're done. We hope you have an amazing rest of your spooky season.
Yes, this is our final Halloween episode.
Enjoy Halloween. Enjoy
Stay safe.
Dia de Muertos, whatever you celebrate. Or if you don't celebrate and you want a story.
Spooky season. Even if you're watching this in like February.
If you're watching this in like May on my birthday.
Hey.
Yeah. So thank you.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys in November.
Bye. Bye.